It's a brother
and a sister.
It's a brother and a sister.
Brother and a sister. Yo, brother. Yo, sister.
Yo, brother. It's a brother and a sister. We are podcasting. Khabani Moloi is the brother.
That is me. Oh, the sister is Babi Moloi. That is she.
And we've got a present from Spotify.
Yes. Indeed,
And so we thought we'd share the opening of it with you.
This is so amazing because we weren't expecting this.
We never expected it.
We just walked in. This is your birthday gift, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
This is my whole life. My birthday is always when people can't afford. And so they'll give me things out of their own houses. They'll write me poems.
Mm-hmm.
How many poems do I have? But this is nice from Spotify. It's a real gift.
Here we go.
So shall we open it?
Yes. So that poem I wrote wasn't real. Okay.
The what?
No, it's fine. Do you want to do the honors or?
My arms aren't long enough.
Ooh. No
that is so.
This is actually
This is so
fire.
cool.
This is so far. I don't know which.
Oh, that's so cool.
We got our own mug merch memorabilia. This is actually sick as hell. I love this.
Oh my
love
gosh.
this.
Thank you, Spotify.
Magnets.
Oh my gosh. This is
I
so
love this.
cool.
This is I didn't realize I wanted this.
Yes, me too.
You know when you get a gift that you didn't like.
That
Oh
is
my
so
days.
cool.
Okay. Actually,
Oh.
I've been needing a flask.
I
This is
mean,
perfect.
an emotional support water bottle is exactly what I need at all times.
How did you guys know?
And then
how-
what are these at the top?
At
I
the
give
top,
one.
these are keychains.
Keychains and here?
Those
More
are
mugs.
Those are also mugs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
One for every member of the family.
Yes.
Yes.
No visitors allowed. We don't have a mug for you. I want to drink my water out of this mug now.
Actually, that is
Yeah.
a great idea.
This is so cool. Thank you, Spotify.
Thank you, Daddy Spotify.
Wow, you make us feel like celebrity podcasters.
No, this is. I'm getting emotional. I'm choked up. I don't know what to say, but thank you.
It's very cool.
This is amazing. Thank you.
I love that so much. And the magnets.
I feel like mom's gonna be the most excited.
Yeah.
Because we need more mugs in the house. No, there's been a shortage of mugs.
I don't know why.
I also
Because
don't.
there are enough mugs in our house.
I think you guys keep dropping mugs.
No.
And you're not realizing how many mugs you guys have been dropping. We're not gonna drop
Okay,
these ones though.
Fine.
But,
If you say so.
but yes.
I think someone's hiding the mugs, but that's a story for a different day.
Okay. Thank you, Daddy Spotify.
Thank you so much. What in the Wendy Williams is going on? You know, she had a mug with a big W on it and a lipstick stain.
Oh, for real?
Hmm.
Did you see she's back now?
I did.
She was on the Breakfast Club just explaining everything that's happening right now is some BS, but I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I listened to that entire thing, of course, because I'm obsessed with Wendy Williams. But what I loved is that last time you told the whole story about Wendy Williams because you'd seen somebody relay it. And it's just so fascinating, all the stuff that's happening with her. But I love the fact that she's coming back. And I think she must go back to radio.
You think so?
Yes. Wendy Williams is great on television. She's great to watch.
Mhm.
But you could hear in that interview how powerful she is with the theater of the mind,
God,
which
yeah.
is radio. She's really, really good at that.
You don't think she should rather do a podcast instead?
Sure.
Is it-
Yeah.
Just because I'm just thinking so that it's still in her, everything should be in her control. Because if she goes back to radio,
Yeah.
would she have her own radio station? Is that
Okay.
what you're
So
saying?
scratch that. She should have a podcast.
Yeah.
But a visual podcast or an audio only podcast?
Whatever it should definitely be sponsored by Spotify. See what I did there?
I
That was
do. I
it was
saw
like
the
a little-
connection.
there we
It's
go.
adorable. So I thought I'd tell you something about one of your favorite people
Okay.
because I went down a rabbit hole.
Mhm.
I didn't know ASAP Rocky had a pending case that he could go to jail for more than 24 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just know ASAP Rocky as the prettiest man I've ever seen in my life. Like a gorgeous, gorgeous little man. And then, of course, baby daddy,
Of Rihanna.
Ariana, right?
Yeah.
But even before that, so I went on a bit of a deep dive about this. So ASAP Rocky is actually a part of the ASAP crew,
Mob.
mob.
There we go.
And you were telling me that one of the other ASAPs was the bigger ASAP, the face of the ASAP mob.
At a point, ASAP Ferg
Yes.
was bigger than ASAP Rocky.
And
at a point.
I'm obsessed with that song.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's pretty
How
fine.
does it go?
Ferg is the name. Bimbolan did the chain. Prezi playing watch. I forget the
I love it.
Yeah.
So Rocky was out, whose real name is Rakim, just by the way.
Mhm.
And I've also now discovered that his parents named him Rakim after the rapper Rakim.
And now he's named his kids Rizza and like
Listen.
he's just making a little
It's like hip hop royalty. It's so cool.
a little Wu-Tang family.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And so he was out one day, and then this other ASAP dude called ASAP Really.
I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I only know like 4 ASAP members.
So that is the reason why Really jumped up. What do they call it when you fight somebody? Pull up.
Pull up. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, pulled up on ASAP Rocky because no one knows him. He's probably feeling a little bit jealous. He's probably feeling something. And the incident goes that ASAP Rocky allegedly fired a semi-automatic firearm at his former friend ASAP Really during a dispute in Hollywood. But the interesting thing is there was surveillance cameras, and the surveillance cameras only caught kind of what's in the surveillance camera's scope.
Uh-huh.
So there was a lot of pushing each other out of the scope, and you couldn't really see what was happening out of the scope. But at some point, you can visibly see that Rocky's got a gun.
Oh yeah.
You can visibly see it. It's behind his back.
Back. Okay.
But then nothing really happens.
Uh-huh.
And everyone just goes home, and it's like, okay, if that man.
Mm.
But then the cops later get given shells from this shootout that happened.
Uh-huh.
By who?
Really?
Really?
Really though?
Really though?
Ah, no, that's
So now this thing has been pending for years and
Yeah.
years. And I don't know, like at any point now,
It-
anything can happen to ASAP Rocky.
I don't think he'll go to jail.
You don't?
No. It's like one of those like if Kodak hasn't gone to jail yet, yeah, ASAP is gonna be fine.
What did Kodak Kodak Black?
That's
Kodak Yellow.
Kodak Black.
Bodak Yellow.
Kodak Black. Kodak
What
Black.
am I thinking of?
Bodak Yellow is a song that Cardi B made, which
Got
is
you.
like a remix of a song of Kodak Black's.
Oh,
I think, yeah. So she called it Bodak Yellow.
I love that song.
It was a great song.
Mm.
But yeah, no, if Kodak Black has been in and out of prison so many times. He got pardoned by Donald Trump, and he's still just like always every other week he broke his probation, something. So if he's not in jail, ASAP is not going to be in jail. Also, it's one of those things where like when you hear about a specific person, like I remember watching this other Tupac documentary, and Snoop Dogg's reaction when he got shot the last time was like, yeah, but it's Pac, he gets shot.
The
And-
last time meaning the time he died.
Yes, because he was shocked. He was like, what do you mean he's dead?
Oh.
He was just like, Puck, like when he heard that Puck got shot, even Jada was like, yeah, but Puck, that's his thing.
Yeah.
He gets, some niggas get shot, sometimes you gotta get shot. And then when they found out he died, they were like, what? So I'd be extremely surprised if I heard ASAP actually got convicted and got put in jail. I don't think he got put in jail.
I hope not.
Also, he owes us the album. Well, he says he owes the people the album.
So apparently now part of the issue is the trial began this year on January 21st. They had a jury selection, and the proceedings are expected to last approximately 3 weeks. They'll take into consideration the surveillance footage, what ASAP really says, because he says the disagreement came from a promise that ASAP Rocky made and he broke to cover costs for transporting a mutual friend's body to New York.
Probably ASAP Yams.
He passed away.
Yeah, he passed away.
Holy smokes.
ASAP Yams was like the founder of the ASAP crew.
Mob.
Yeah. Why did I say crew? The ASAP mob, yeah.
I'm so influential. And he could get up to 24 years in prison.
Yeah, you're not gonna get 24 years in prison when your wife is Rihanna.
I don't think so either.
You can't.
Because I think you're going to have the best attorneys in the world.
For sure. But also, like,
What?
come on. Your wife is Rihanna,
Do you
bro.
think the court cares?
Come here, rude boy, can you just do that? Do one of the do one of those
He was
songs.
just dim the lights,
Yeah.
cue the music.
Yeah. Do one of those songs where people don't really understand what you're saying, but like we feel you.
Yeah, but there is a song where she said, I shot the man down
Yeah.
in Central Station.
And she's, America's love
So you are who you hang out with.
I think you're giving Rihanna too much credit. But no, on the real, he'll be fine.
So you mentioned Trump, no? And I do realize that it would seem that South Africans don't necessarily believe that South Africans should be talking about any international, particularly American politics, music, or any discussions.
What gives you that idea?
So I'll bring it home to a former president of ours.
Awesome.
Who do you think is the best chess player in politics?
Zuma. Like for sure, Zuma.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
wasn't he like chess captain in like Robben Island or something? Like he was the. Yeah, he was.
I'm not talking about actual chess.
Oh.
He's like a good politician, like
my
a chess
bad.
master.
My
He
fault.
moves all of his minions around.
Dang.
So we were having this discussion about who
Calling the honorable members minions is wild, but okay. The honorable cabinet.
But
yo.
listen, I mean, do people not shake and quiver whenever he's around? People do things for him. People respond to him. People follow him. He's like the Pied Piper. We just go where he goes. Nobody saw MK coming. And then the ANC said, look, because you've started your own political party, please, we don't want you anymore. Move out of our political party. And then he took them to court and said, no, I will always be a part of the ANC, whether you like it or not. Whether I'm part of the ANC and the MK, I'm here at the ANC. You can't kick me out. I'm Jake.
I'm Baby Jakes.
I'm Baby Jakes. So part of the conversation is, if you think about the chess moves that he's making, that the EFF was such a powerful party.
Yes.
And made such big waves initially. And then along comes MK as a proper underdog, sprung like from where, how? And then does what it does in the elections.
They lap EFF.
Yeah, they lap EFF in the elections. And then EFF starts leaking members into the and high-ranking members into the MK party. And part of the chat is that the reason why he wants to stay in the ANC and be MK leader, and the ANC may be colluding with this, is that later down the line, they'll find a way to shake hands, they'll meet around a table, they'll drink the Azul, and they'll shake hands, and then the ANC will go back to being super powerful. Chess.
That's amazing. I can even see it in like the influencer game.
Yeah.
Where there's certain influencers that were like so pro EFF.
Yeah.
And like they were like, we gotta fight for the LGBTQ, these ones. And then I don't know what Jacob Zuma said to them, but now they're just like, man, this gay thing is kind of it is a bit out of hand. Like I don't know what he says to people, but even their morals are just like out the window.
He is the most charismatic leader we've ever had. I also don't know. It's like a snake charmer. You just kind of go, anything you say, Baba. Yes or not.
But it's that thing of like, I think also a lot of the time, people that you underestimate are usually the people that benefit the most.
Yes.
Because they have nothing to prove. So everything they do just seems like a win. Like everything.
I cheer on the underdog. Because they're not really.
But that's so insane.
Ever.
Like, he's been a president before and he's still the underdog.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing you can do for yourself. To like get to the top of the ranks of everything and still be considered like a darling. Like, hey, like I'm still.
I mean, I don't know if he's considered a darling necessarily, but I think it says a lot about our perception of people and the criteria with which we judge people on. Because there was a lot of talk about his educational background, about, where he comes from, about a lot of things, even prior to the things that he actually did, that stick as a perception. In South Africa, we have this all the time. Like, what degree do you hold? Which university did you go to get that degree? I've seen people fighting over, their LLB being better than somebody who went to UJ, for example, because they went to Wits.
I've seen that. Wits and UJ beef is the most funniest thing. Because at the end of the day, we're all in debt. Can't we all just be poor friends together? Isn't that the vibe? That's the whole reason we did this.
I think it's so amazing. Yeah. I think it's really, really crazy.
Yeah, I know. That is shocking. Also, it really says a lot about like where the country is going in terms of, do you think South Africans even have the country like anymore? I feel like it's already been lost. Because
I don't think we ever got the country back.
What do you mean?
I think post-apartheid, we didn't get the country back. We skipped very, very, very important steps in reassessing the land situation, for example, farming situation, for example, equity in economics. There's a lot that we skipped over, even national pride. I really believe there should have been a time where we were all corralled in our age groups and given either a course or like an initiation school on how to be proud of ourselves as Black people, our cultures, our language. Like
isn't that called rugby?
No, like a Black consciousness movement. What do you mean rugby?
I was just making a joke.
Because they won the World Cup and they unified us.
I was just being silly.
How long did that unity last?
My fault, OG. I see I've said something
But you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I 100% get what you're saying. Yeah. Like that is... They actually...
And the education system should have been repealed. It should have been different. What do we learn? There's certain things that we're learning that... I mean, if you look at the history books that are in schools...
For us not to have a Black consciousness class is kind of crazy.
It's insane.
Like and just because of the history of South Africa, there's a lot of Black consciousness that needed to be instilled in its people, especially after the brainwashing of apartheid.
That's why I'm saying we skipped a step. So all of the political fighting happened, and then we skipped a vital step. Some people think it was the TRC that should have done that. Fine. It did what it needed to do. And we can discuss at length if it did enough or not. But there was that critical step before we were all just painted with a rainbow. Because I feel like that's what happened. 1994, snaking lines, the whole world is looking at people voting. And then it was just like, pah, rainbow, get along, get along, get along.
That's why people in my generation sometimes underestimate the atrocity of apartheid.
Yeah.
Where like, you hear kids in my generation sometimes being like, man, if I was there, I would have rocked them. You guys took too long to get your freedom back. If I was there, I would have been like, yo, for what? Like, and it's
all
so,
right, Spiwe.
And it's so
we
silly.
Believe you.
It's so silly how like people really don't rate what happened.
Yeah.
Like and it's so like water under the bridge. It's not that deep, but it's still like it affects us to this day because the average person, you can see how we talk to each other.
We're so affected. We're so affected.
But also we don't respect each other as people.
This is what I mean. We've been brainwashed in such a profound way to be fighting over scraps. And now that famous line from Chris Honey about if they start, and this is not exactly what he said, but the essence of it is if the leaders who have freed you start being the ones who are ignoring you driving around in their Mercedes Benzes, then you've got to revolt against them as well. And so it's been a very interesting way of looking at how deeply brainwashed and how deep that regime went and how much more work we need to do.
Yeah. I think maybe that's also
Amandala.
Oh wow.
I really got into it.
Yeah, I've been obsessing over Naomi Campbell recently. I feel like I should talk about it. I feel like I should talk about it in the next podcast because I'm just
Okay.
like I've been tripping up so much about just like model culture and stuff, just how it used to be, especially in the 90s. I
Is
think
this a veiled way of saying you've been looking at models from the 90s and you find them hot?
no,
Oh.
no, no. I'm terrified of all of them because all of them have like when I hear how they talk,
Yeah.
I'm just like these are people that don't view people as people.
What do you mean?
Like, have you heard about all the like controversies that Naomi Campbell has been in?
The
Like she's
cell
also
phones she's thrown at people, the blood diamonds, all allegedly.
and then
Allegedly.
like you can tell a lot about a person by the friends the company they keep.
Yeah.
And then your homies are like, bro, Mike Epstein and Diddy. And it's like, bro, come on. You're considered the standard of beauty in the 90s at a Diddy party. There was some baby oil
I'm
throw.
sorry. If you were invited to a Diddy party back in the day,
Would I go?
you would go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would go.
You can't go.
I would go.
You shouldn't go. I would go, but you shouldn't go.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be there yet. You were born 17 years later. I would go.
Luckily. I'm so ashamed that I'd say I'd go. But like
Bieber went.
I know. Like it's one of those things where it's like I didn't know that stuff was happening until you find out.
So what's the problem now with Naomi?
No. We'll talk about that on the next podcast. Because
Okay.
I feel like we must stick with we like American, London, European things too much.
So what else do you
We need
want?
to keep
Okay,
it-
what's the national
We need to
fish?
keep it on the dusty streets, bruh.
What's the national fish of South Africa?
Snoopfish.
Ah!
You know, when I was thinking about it the other day, it's like when you go to Cape Town, you can feel as a South African that you don't actually belong here. Like it's not not South Africa. Cape Town isn't for South Africans. It's actually like for foreigners to come and for them to be comfortable, and like everywhere is like an expensive as Airbnb, and it's made so that the actual people that are in South Africa, they're not living right.
Even in Cape Town.
They're not living
In the Western Cape.
Mhm.
Because there's the Cape Town that we see.
Yes,
And then, of course, there's the Cape Town that no one necessarily shows you.
wants to see.
So there's the Cape Town that is right by Camps Bay
Mhm.
and even Sea Point, and it's fabulous, and the boulders, and it's just great,
Mm.
which we love.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. It's also part of our heritage as Africans and South Africans. Like we've been having it.
Mhm.
And that's where the homies rolled up in 1652, right? In the Western Cape. So,
What's good, Madiba?
so
I'm chilling, bro.
1652. Did I say 8?
I don't know.
1652. And then there's what happens behind the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is poverty and slum life.
That's why an MK did so well. Because if you want a fighter or like someone that looks like they're gonna scrap, of course you're gonna go for Zuma.
Yeah.
Because it's that thing of like conniving, I lie, I steal, I lie, I steal. Why can't I say this? I lie, I steal, I cheat. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. And it's just like it's a song.
I don't think that of the people though.
No, I'm saying like it's that thing of like if South Africans are feeling like we're not prioritized by the people in charge,
Yes.
and we have to fight for our scraps and
Yes.
stuff, wouldn't you want someone that is also
Has
a
that
scrapper
power.
in the top, like in the ahead of you? He relates to the MK party so much. I remember one of my friends, his dad was in MK, and he was so excited to like vote for Zuma, in being a part of the MK. And the way how he was talking was like him and Zuma like this.
Yeah, but he is of the people somehow. It's amazing.
Like
Chess.
to make everyone feel like they're gonna get a tender. But if everyone gets a tender, no one has a tender.
You know that show I Blew It?
How long do you think it would take for you to spend if you had a milli? From a tender. How much do our tenders normally?
Yeah,
About a
anything
milli.
800,000 upwards for five. It could be 350,000. It depends. Are you putting tissues, godi toileting? Are you building buildings? So it depends.
Okay, got you. Are you starting podcasts, building RDPs?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got you. Okay.
But I'm gonna give you the most boring answer. I'm gonna put it away. Sorry. You
So-
can end the podcast there.
Lame. I would have bought a flag.
Ah.
A really, really big flag.
Listen, I think that is a very bright idea. A huge flag.
So that we can inspire our people.
Yes. And at night, it will be lit up.
With the endless amounts of electricity. The abundance of electricity.
I love how your mind works.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Genius.
Genius. All right. So are we going to do our little quiz?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm very excited for this quiz. With all this positivity we've been spreading about SA politics, I think it's only fair, to have a little bit of a Debbie Downer with a family game.
Why is it a downer?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic because I bought the most enormous snakes and ladders, and on the back of it is Ludo. And you know I'm obsessed with Ludo. And I think we've played it twice.
I don't know how to play Ludo.
I can teach you how to play Ludo.
Okay.
But you know how to play snakes and ladder.
Yeah, it's a pretty, standard game.
It's a snakes and ladder that's this big.
But even with the picture, it makes sense. Snake, swallow, ladder, up.
Unless you're playing opposites. The LGBTQ.
But why are you playing reverse snakes and ladders?
Sometimes you do that if you've played a lot of snakes and ladders over a holiday and you just want to spice things up. And the snakes swallow you up
from the booty, and then you go up to,
and then the ladders you are falling down the ladder. But that's not how snakes and ladders works. No, I think what should we call it?
And then Ludo, it literally the game is then the title of the game is in the thing for snakes and ladders. What is Ludo?
Ludo, you have 4 places that your little players need to get to and a place to start. But you have to get around the entire board and then up the ladder to get to the place where you kind of have the planting the flag. So you've got to plant 4 of your flags. And it takes long and it's nice and we can laugh.
Do you get what I'm saying?
What?
The name Ludo. There's a big walk and then there's a ladder and then all of that. It just doesn't.
Oh, so you are Captain Obvious. You just want to play the most obvious games.
It should be go around the thing, ladders.
Cops and robbers.
Snakes and ladders.
Pimps and
niggas. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. So yes, we have an amazing game for us today. We are going to do a quiz.
Yeah. So between you and I'm going to give a superlative. So the tallest, obvious. The most dramatic or the least likely to XYZ. Okay. And then we have to say who.
And should we say why?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, for sure. So this should be called most likely to.
Okay, let's call perfect.
It most likely to.
Who has the better taste in music?
From the 50s.
Mom. No, not even mom.
I would say probably you.
Granny.
But it depends on how far we're going back.
In music, generally. So genreless, yearless, boundaryless, raceless.
I want to say me so bad.
I think you have very good taste in music. I think you have very, very good taste in music because your music is very broad. You listen, I'll come into your car and you'll be listening to something that's like a concerto or violins play. Your music is really broad. So I'd give it to you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to give it to you because you have your days. But then
what do you mean I have my days?
No, there's times where you'll be playing something that like you're putting me on.
Yeah.
Heavy putting me on and I'm like, yo, I love this. And there's other days when I'm like, isn't this person cancelled? Why are you listening to this person's
I've
music?
never listened to a cancelled Kelly in my life after
Hey,
he
you
was
say,
cancelled.
yeah.
Who's the laziest on a lazy day?
Can I be real?
Yeah.
We have both had our great lazy days.
Yeah.
There's been a day where I literally thought you weren't even in the house,
Where was I?
in your room.
What was I doing?
And the thing is, I came into your room and I was like, Bobby.
And you
then
still didn't think I was there?
I didn't see, like, I've seen
I
that.
knew somebody once who called me a human cat
Yo,
because I just want to lie down and have my back stroked and take a nap.
okay.
And every now and then I'll scavenge for food.
So yeah, so who's the laziest?
Is it a tie?
You know what? I'll give it to myself. I'll give it to myself. You've done a lot.
You know, there's no actual prize at the end of this. You don't have to just give yourself.
No, because you've done so much in this.
In my life.
I think it's time you should rest.
Sure.
You know,
Who's the most competitive?
I love winning.
There we go.
I do love winning.
I remember once we played, it may have actually been Snakes and Ladder. And it was all of us. Auntie, granny, mom, you, me. It was everyone. And then you weren't winning.
That doesn't sound true, but okay.
No, you weren't. You were small. You weren't winning.
No, I'll let you continue.
And you threw the whole table. You were like, I hate this game. And everything went fine. And I laughed. And then all the adults were like, no, shame. He feels like you have to be nice to him because he's small and he feels like we're bombarding him. He doesn't know the rules.
I'm slowly becoming better at losing.
Is it?
The other day, Tapelo and I, my friend, we were playing NBA 2K.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation, and we were at a friend's house, and his friend's mom like served us meat, like she like food, like a bunch of food.
Yeah.
But then there was meat also in the food, and then I've said, "Don't eat your meat. Whoever wins this game gets the other person's." Did we not like nearly like we nearly killed each other, and I lost, and
So you got no meat.
nah. I couldn't take my friend's meat. Pause. And it just killed my spirit. It killed my spirit. I'm still upset about it to this day. But you know, he'll learn.
Yeah, I'm competitive, but I think I'm competitive when I want to be competitive. There's like a gear that I can shift into if I want to. But often I'm not going to.
Sometimes competition is the only reason why I can do things.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes like I don't want to do anything, and then I'll find out like someone that started the same place as me is doing really well, and then I'll just be like, let me switch it on. And then
So you can also switch it off and switch it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the switch is.
Oh.
It's in me.
It's AI.
But I don't know where it is.
Who is the most likely to cry at the movies?
You. I think I've only cried for 2 movies in my entire life.
Yeah.
3, actually. It was Monsters Inc., Monsters University, and Boys Don't Cry. Very ironic. But that movie killed my spirit. You showed me Boys Don't Cry. I was broken. Yo, I was broken. Oh my days. Just thinking
I
about
sound like such a terrible person. But I thought you needed to know that story.
No, I know. Let me not think about it. Move to the next question before I start crying now.
Who's the best dressed?
You. I think I know fashion stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I've really unlocked my true inner swag yet.
Every day, I'll tell you this. I get dressed for work. I do my face, and then I select like 2 or 3 options. And then I knock on his door, and I'm like, "What should I wear?" And then when I get to the shoes, what shoe goes with this? I'm always asking you to help me.
I feel like I could be a good stylist. I don't know if I'm good at my styling.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But that thing I think unlocks at some point.
Yeah.
Where you know yourself so well that you just throw it on.
It's like when I look at a lot of like designers like Alexander Wang and them, and then I see like they're just wearing like a flannel top or just a random top, but then the things they create in fashion is like mind blowing.
Alexander
Wang.
I don't know Alexander Wang.
It's cool.
I don't know anything.
You literally
about
you
fashion.
have a style award behind you.
Yes.
You know, I have a K. We're working hard this side.
Who's most likely to take charge in a crisis?
Take charge in a crisis, 1000% you.
Yeah.
especially a crisis that has nothing to do with you, which is amazing because I don't have that.
Really?
Like if the crisis has nothing to do with me, then okay, then I have a movie, you know, now to
So now
watch.
you're just observing.
Mm. If it's not in my family, if it's like the boys or like someone did something stupid, it's like, yo, what are you gonna do, chief?
So you think if someone's doing something stupid, nah, just jump in?
Depends on the situation.
It does depend on the
If
situation.
it could affect you, you would probably stop.
I've done some really strange things in a crisis. Like I saw this man, he was blind and he was crossing a bridge where I used to live. You know the story. And I pulled my car over and I helped him get into my car and I asked him like, where's he going? He's blind. How does he know like what's going on? And then he told me some story about his daughter or someone needing money for school and he needed to get the taxi or whatever. And so I drove and I gave him some money and I took him to where the taxis are. That was his crisis. And then about 2 weeks later, I saw him walking down the same road. And that's his grift, apparently.
I gotta respect the nigga's hustle.
That's his grift.
He's definitely voting for
But
MK.
I still got... I think I still got blessings from the Lord. Okay, this is an interesting one. Who's most likely to win in a game show?
Depending on the game show, I think me for most of them.
I think so.
Yeah. Especially if there's physical things as well, I think I'll do very well.
Yeah.
But if it's, I think you'd do better if it's like a general knowledge one.
Probably.
You know those like what's that one? Doom, 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 doom. You are the weakest link.
Yeah.
That game, I think you'll kill it.
Maybe. Maybe.
For me, I'll try and convince people I'm not the weakest link with like my smile. But it's not gonna work. So in terms of the actual game, I don't think I'll.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's also like, where are you mentally in the moment? Are you strong enough? Do you feel smart that day? Did someone irritate you or intimidate you? You know? But definitely it would be me. Yeah. I've hosted several or been on like a team leader on several game shows. It's me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, you know that Steve Harvey one, like family.
Even that.
I think you'd be carrying the team for sure.
Yeah.
Because mom would, every time there's a question, she'd be,
ooh. Ah, Steve.
Oh, what did he say?
Shame.
What?
Listen, please stop putting my mother down. And the most addicted to their phone.
Okay. Well, the answer, no, hold your phone. Hold your phone. I think the answer is 100%, obvious.
But you're on your phone a lot. You're on your phone a lot. And the thing is, you zone out when you're on your phone. So you cannot feel, read, see anyone else in the room. I can have a full-on chat with you and write a comprehensive email at the same time.
Yeah, I disagree.
Oh, really? What happens?
Sometimes you're on TikTok, and I know those TikToks are funnier than what I'm saying. So then it's just like, hey, man.
So you've just got to get better. Funnier.
Wow.
Just improve. Be a better person.
I think we can end the episode here then.
But I do love you.
Of course. I tolerate you at this point. And yeah, I think that was
We're done. We did it. Thank you again to Daddy Spotify
You're
for
the
our
best.
beautiful merch
Love
and
you so
mugs,
much.
etc. I'm very, very chuffed. And we will check you out the next time on It's a Brother and a Sister podcast.
Bye.